Hello, Vortex. Yes, I'm that weirdo that has stuffed animals in my lap when I drive. I'm that weirdo that has a lot of stuff in my lap, whether I'm driving or not. I'm that weirdo that just has a lot of stuff on me all the time. Slow down, slow down, slow down. There you go. Slowing down. Slowing down, because we saw the 5-0. More like the 5-uh-oh. Right? Such an amazing joke right there. He's right to be in that location. I'm surprised that he hasn't chosen that spot all along, because that's the spot where people like to speed up. Specifically me. So I do this thing, I don't know about y'all. I feel like you guys are probably more internet savvy than I am, because we hate it. We absolutely hate this culture. I feel so out of place in this world, and I always felt really out of place in this world. I never wanted to be here. In all fairness, nobody chose to be here. We didn't choose to be born into the time that we were born into. Trust me, because I would have chosen a way different time than this one. But I realized, though, that there's a purpose for me in this specific time. And I think that that purpose is to direct people back to our purpose. And I know that I'm very unconventional, and I know that I swear a lot, and I know that I have marijuana in my system all the time. But, like, I promise that I mean well, and I promise that I'm 1,000 times more reliable than all these people on the internet that only care about their image, and they only care about their social status, and they only care about what's happening to them in this life, you know? I couldn't give a fuck about this life. You know, I care about the next life. I care about what's gonna happen after all of this, because I really do believe in God, and I really do believe in the devil, and it's absolutely petrifying thinking like what's gonna happen to a lot of people that I know, all because they just don't have time for spiritual things. They don't have time to invest in their spiritual life. And what makes me the saddest about it isn't their afterlife, it's their current life. Like, it's so crazy. Like, when I started reading the Bible, I just scolded myself because I couldn't believe that I didn't read it sooner. And I will say, though, you know, there's a time and a place for everything, and if you don't feel compelled to read the Bible, like, you're not going to get anything out of it anyway. You have to really be seeking it. And when I started reading it, I was really, really seeking the truth, you know? I really wanted to know. Is there, like, a grand plan with all this, you know? And what inspired that? Donald Trump. Donald Trump inspired me to read the Bible. So I owe him a lot, okay? At the same time, I'm not just going to support a candidate all because I really want to believe that things are going to change. I'm not that dumb. Don't say dumb. I'm not that naive. There you go. The vernacular is important, because you gotta have vernacular. First of all, it's such a great word, isn't it? Vernacular. Sounds like a porn. A porn involving only words. Vernacular. Maybe that sounds like it could be a lot of other things. Yeah, Yes, we're still listening to the first Sandinista Clash album because we can't find our CD booklet. It's in here somewhere. I have a tendency to just listen to the same thing. But yeah, I've never felt like I belong in this world. And so naturally I was suicidal. But what people don't understand about suicide is that a lot of the time when people do that, I mean, usually, yeah, something in that particular moment like tips them over the edge. But I don't know why anybody acts like mental illness is a problem or that they're trying to keep people from committing suicide. That's complete crap. They're literally encouraging you to do as many things possible to shorten your life, okay? So it's a slow suicide, but it's an eventual suicide. And they're convincing you to do all these things that make you so depressed that you're more suicidal anyway. You know, so I don't buy that shit. But anyway, I never felt like I belonged in this world until I started smoking weed, actually. When I smoked weed, I was like, okay, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself, just find a really good drug dealer. And so I did that. And anybody that disagrees with that, it's like you're basically saying you should have just killed yourself, bitch. You know, because that's what I hear. That's what I hear you saying. Like, I know that I haven't always made the right life decisions. Obviously, you know, I used to be a drunk. But it's like they led me to this, though. You know, and I have to remember that when I'm looking at other people and their bad decisions. Like, what if they're supposed to be on the path that they're on because it's going to lead them to something else that is better, you know? Like my alcoholism and all the horrible things attached to that, they allowed me to further my spiritual connection because I was brought so low, you know? If you look at third world countries, they seem to be a lot more spiritual than first world countries, and there's a reason for that. It's because we have all these distractions. And yet we're still like the most depressed country. It's crazy. Like, you think that people would be more depressed if they didn't have running water, but they make do because they don't have fucking running water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn how to make do. This country doesn't know how to do that. The people that live here, they think they have it so hard because they've never actually had it really, really hard. If they did, they wouldn't have this luxury of being able to whine about it all the time on social media and point out all these things that are fucked up and send hashtags about them, okay? Hashtag fucked up. Hashtag I don't like this. Hashtag I'm on the internet and I don't know what else to do. Yeah, man. It's like the happiest people I know, yours truly included. It's like we're very unconventional. We follow a different path. Whereas all these people that, it's like they trust the same system that's doing what they're doing now. It's like they're fine with the system if they can pretend that the Constitution actually works. They're fine with the system if they can pretend that the politician that they elected is doing a good job, or at least they're doing a better job than the other guy, right? They're fine with the system as long as they don't have to worry about like what their kids are being taught at school. You should always be worried about that. Anytime that you're not with your kids, you should be worried about what they're absorbing, okay? I don't have kids for a reason. I don't want them to associate with your kids because your kids are fucking stupid. But seriously though, if they live in America, the chances of them being a full-on retard are like 100%. Should I switch lanes? Just wait for that SUV. Come on, SUV. Come on, come on, come on. I want to do it now. they know? Yeah, like I said, I wish that we could like have signs that we could like wave to like the car next to us or the car behind us, you know, like good job or fuck you or go back to driving school, bitch, you know, or something like that. And for those of you that say, well, that would be distracting. Oh yeah, like this. I would totally admit that I do stuff that is probably not smart, okay? I'll totally admit that. I'll say it so that you don't have to, but I know that you still will. And why will you do that? Because you've been trained by this society to tear people apart. You know, it occurred to me a long time ago that people might be better off if they could like document their life in such a way where they would actually be like conscious of the choices that they make on a day-to-day basis and the things that they talk about on repeat, the patterns that have developed over the course of the years. You know, they'd be quicker to catch that shit if they did what I did. But people just want clout though. So it's like if you see a woman on the internet, and it's not just women, it's like everybody really, but since everyone's a woman though, right? Everybody's a vulture now. So these people on the internet, it's like, if they document anything, it's so, like, you have a particular concept of them. You know, they want to paint themselves in a certain light. I don't do that. I just come as I am. And, I totally understand why it's offensive. Because most people are, like, concerned about, you know, how they present themselves, and because they care about the world. They care about the opinion of dunderheads that vote. They care about people that believe in a social structure that's crumbling. Okay? I hate that for them. So I decided to do this channel because I wanted to showcase, you know, just a different way to live. Because I know it's weird. I know that it's shocking to some. It's comforting to others. It's comforting to a small percentage compared to the number of people that are disgusted by it. See, artists... I'm sorry, I keep going on this rant. Real artists. It's annoying. It's so pretentious. I remember thinking that, like, there was this guy that I dated a long time ago, and he used to just say all these pretentious things about art all the time. But now that I've gotten older and I've, like, realized what I'm supposed to do with my life, because back then, you know, he told me that I was so funny, and that he's like, you know, you really are a good writer, and but I didn't know, like, where I was supposed to take it. But I think he was attracted to me because of that. I was a very artistic person. I've always been that way. But the way that I live is artistic versus, like, oh, I just make stuff, you know? I mean, yeah, artists make stuff, but I think that real ones, it's not just this, like, vocation, or like, I do this on the side. You know, it's the way that you live. And honestly, I really believe that that's right. I believe that I'm right and everybody else is wrong. I do. And that's fine, because it's true. He's always praying. He's such a good fox. He's such a good fox. Look at his tail. He's so happy because he believes in Jesus Christ. He believes that his sins have been accounted for, and that he doesn't need to worry anymore. So he sleeps soundly every night. And all throughout the day, he might as well be dreaming, because he's in constant prayer mode, which means he's actually happy. He's the happiest fox of all of them. We gotta help you pray, honey. Okay, guys. We are going to work. I know y'all have seen this footage before, and I'm sure you'll see it again, unless I get fired today. Well, I guess my manager isn't here. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't.